Though Taryn Close saw her indoor volleyball career come to a close last weekend at the NCAA tournament against Creighton, it opened up an exciting new opportunity this spring at Louisiana State. Taryn Close left O'Gorman and arrived at Creighton with plenty of potential.
You kind of realize how fast the game is moving, how great other players are, how to defend them, what shots you can add to your arsenal in order to attack the other team. So honestly, a lot of areas I have improved, I feel like.
4 years and more than 1,300 kills later, one of the best players in Blue Jay history is on the beach. However, instead of looking for a job after she graduates this month, Taryn will literally be on the sand, playing beach volleyball at Louisiana State.
Gus elevates and shows a little bit of power.
I really decided on beach just because I wanted to further my education and try something new, a new sport. Yes, it has the same skills, but it's very, very different.
Officially sanctioned in 2016, NCAA beach volleyball follows the lead of its Olympic counterpart, with competing schools featuring 5 pairs of players in head-to-head matches. With her 6'4" frame, Cloth drew LSU's interest and will be eligible to play this spring as a graduate transfer.
I do know she's got a really good platform, so I think she can pass, and I think that's really critical. She obviously is going to be a blocker up there, and she's got a great arm, so I think she has the pieces to be really good. It'll be really fascinating, when Taryn finishes up there, if she's, going to continue, maybe play on the AVP tour, or, she's talked about maybe going back to the hard court, or she'll have her MBA and she's a near 4.0 student, so I think, professionally she'd have opportunities there.
Taryn isn't short on options after school, and she wants to make sure she isn't short on life experiences either.
Definitely because it was new, I wanted to kind of explore and get out of the Midwest a little bit. Nothing's off the board right now, but yeah, I don't know what's going to be coming next.
Well, good news for a current O'Gorman Knight as Kenyon Bauer was today named the South Dakota High School Football Player of the Year by Gatorade. Primarily playing at receiver, Bauer caught 62 passes for 922 yards and 16 touchdowns while rushing for 3 scores. The SDSU commit also has a 3.84 grade point average. One of close opponents in last week's NCAA tournament, Taylor Wilson, has been named the Female Summit League Athlete of the Month for November. The senior was named Summit League Tournament MVP after leading USD to the title and their first ever NCAA tournament bid. The Men's Athlete of the Month is, stop me if you've heard this one before, South Dakota State's Mike Dahm. The senior averaged 24 points and 11 boards a game during his first month, becoming SDSU's career scoring leader in the process. Dahm and the Jacks host Southern tomorrow at 7. In a year where the Summit League got 2 teams into the women's volleyball tournament, it appears as though both South Dakota and South Dakota State will be pushing to make that kind of history and win the women's basketball tournament, as each may be closing in on national rankings. Dawn Plitzowite's Coyotes are, of course, receiving votes in the top 25 and have jumped up to the number 4 spot in the mid-major poll. The 8-1 Coyotes are on a 6-game win streak, with the loss coming at number 1 ranked mid-major Drake. In the span of a week, the Coyotes have knocked off nationally ranked Iowa State, Green Bay, and went on the road to defeat Missouri State last Tuesday. At 4-3, South Dakota State sits 6th in the mid-major poll, with 2 of their losses coming to teams in the top 25. It's a huge week for the Jacks, who can make national waves with a pair of ranked teams at Frost Arena. On Saturday, they welcome number 21 Drake, then Wednesday, number 3 Oregon.
We're going to have our hands full on Saturday. Our team, I think, is playing really well right now, too. We lost a couple of really close games down in Vegas, and then those are losses. We can't go back and say that they weren't anything other than that. But we played well enough to win those games. And we feel like even though there were a couple of bumps in the road, we've played at a pretty high level here this year, too.
Some college hoops tonight. The Cy-Hawk game getting a little testy, as usual, between Iowa State and Iowa. 18th ranked Hawkeyes trying to defend their home court. Marielle Shayok off the top of the backboard and down as Iowa State would get to within 3. Just before the half, Jordan Bohannon will miss on the drive. Tyler Cook, who had 26 points, an emphatic follow as the Hawkeyes get the win 98-84. The Wild trailing out in Calgary in the 3rd period. We're back in 1 moment.